Hi everybody, welcome to History Dad. Today's video is going to be the continuation of the series on fascism and women. Two different things about today's video. One is that I'm going to be talking about current, what's going on right now, and how it does connect to the past, but definitely this is all current events. Secondly, this is not going to be for younger kids. This is one for adults or close to adults, for older kids. There's going to be some concepts that it'd be difficult conversations to have. I'm going to have to use some quotes that are definitely not for younger kids. Alright, today's video, I'm going to focus on really four women that right now, to varying extent, have come to represent the alt-right. The first one would be Lauren Southern. Lauren Southern claims to not be alt-right. And that's probably true. The alt-right, most of them would claim she's not alt-right either. They would call her alt-light. She does have some very nationalistic views. She rejects neo-Nazism, however. She was, in fact, a libertarian. She was a libertarian candidate for office in Canada. She did not win, but she was a libertarian candidate. While not being alt-right, she has some very close alt-right ties. She has been involved with the groups Defend Europe and Generation Identitaire. She, I believe, has been on podcasts for some definite alt-right figures. The next person we're going to talk about a little is Brittany Pettibone. Brittany Pettibone is an American nationalist. She claims to be not racist, despite having very close ties to some avowed racists, including Tara McCarthy, whom she co-hosts a webcast or podcast called Virtue of the West. Brittany Pettibone is a definite believer in white genocide. That is the belief that the white race and culture is disappearing. That by the year, they said some year, like 2030 or something, that white people would start to be in the minority. The person she does the podcast with is named Tara McCarthy. Tara McCarthy is a racist. She is a white supremacist. Ironically, Tara McCarthy not that long ago was a serious left-wing vegan anti-natalist, which means she believed that all people should stop procreating because the world was too populated. She's done a 180. Now she believes, also being a believer in white genocide, that white people, particularly in Europe, need to start having more children. She is also a believer of the idea, she's a proponent that there is no marital rape, that there can be domestic violence, but that marriage itself automatically provides consent for sex. Obviously, none of these women would call themselves feminists. In fact, they all are strictly against feminism and blame feminism for much of the problems in our society and the decline of the white culture and race and leading to white genocide. However, all of these women have come under fire recently from the alt-right as being feminists. They don't have children. And any real alt-right nationalist fascist would say the role of women, white women, is to have white babies. They do not. Tara McCarthy, for one, is actually, by all of what she says, an admirer of most of fascism. She wants to create an ethno-state. They fall short, however, when it comes to the fascist views on the role of women. Um, that brings us to our last woman, which would be Lana Lochtef, who is a white nationalist, definitely a member of the alt-right. Um, she is a denier of both the Holocaust and of Native American genocide. Strong opponent of feminism. Checks all the boxes. She recently, well, not recently, a few years ago, was at a conference in Sweden that was live streamed all over the world, promoting the alt-right. And a couple quotes of hers were, one, when women get involved in a movement, it becomes a serious threat. She quote her as saying, it was women that got Trump elected. And to be really edgy, it was women that got Hitler elected. Okay, last quote from her. What really drives men is women, particularly sex with women. Definitely not a feminist statement. Also at this conference, now keep in mind, Lana Lochtef was the only woman speaking at this. There were several other men. She was the only woman. Some of the men included, Matt Forney, who wrote the article, The Case Against Female Self-Esteem. Don't think I need to go into that. That is relatively self-explanatory. Also speaking was Paul Ramsey, who is on record as saying, women shouldn't be allowed to vote, and gender equality is the mother of all delusions. Another speaker was Andrew Anglin, who runs the neo-Nazi site The Daily Stormer. He is on record as having said that any white woman with mixed-race children is a traitor, and can be quoted as saying, it's our womb. It belongs to the males in her society. Okay. Now we're getting to the parts that really baffle me. I don't know if it's that I don't understand some of these true believers, or if they haven't made logical steps, or I don't know. I am at something of a loss. Maybe it's about getting YouTube hits and creating a controversial Twitter channel. I don't know. The alt-right, the heart of it, the people who really believe in white nationalism, like several of these women have espoused, that they have connections to, that they have supported in various media, are fundamentally against what they're doing and who they seem to be. These women are opinionated, politically active, expect their voices to be heard. This is not the sphere of home and hearth. This is not raising children, being a mother, promoting the race. Those are what fascists say is a woman's role. I'm not sure where the disconnect is for them. What they're doing, while at the moment might be appreciated by some in the alt-right because it's making them look softer, more appealing to women, bringing more attention to them, will, if they get their way and a white ethno-state forms and a essentially fascist government forms, they will have to quit doing what they're doing. They will not be allowed. It is not wanted. It is one of the fundamental tenets of fascism, of nationalism, that women do not fill the roles they're trying to fill. And they can code it or try and candy coat it any way they want. This is historically true. What's more, it is true right now to a large, probably majority of the movement they're talking about. Maybe they're hoping to usher in some kinder, gentler version of fascism or nationalism. But the concepts are inherently misogynistic all on their own. I would have liked to have think that they would figure it out from the criticism and trolling and negative response they're getting from the people that, in theory, they would think would support them. They are not really wanted by the majority of the movement they're espousing. They are actually promoting goals that will end whatever careers they're having. And since they were not lining up, apparently, to find a husband and parent children, I don't know where that will leave them, because that will be exactly what the expectations of them will be. So I guess that's my take on this topic. I don't know what they're thinking, or how any woman, honestly, if they look at what is being put forward here in the ideology, how you could support fascism. If you are a woman who wants nothing to do with politics, who wants to bear children, raise children, be taken care of, and don't want to worry about having any say in the world around you outside of your home, I guess I could see some appeal in this, maybe. But if you are intelligent and politically active and want your voice to be heard, this is not a movement or ideas you should be supporting. All right, guess I'll end it there with my utter confusion. Go outside, do something, have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.